There's a fundamental difference in why men cheat. I was saying before, like opportunity and reason. Okay. There has to be an implied contract, number one. Number two is there has to be a reason to cheat and there has to be an opportunity to cheat. Most men, the 80%ers, the guys that win, the most guys in the world, the guys that have the largest pool of guys that women are marrying, they don't have opportunity whatsoever. They're fat, they're overweight. You know, you look at the just again numbers game. I don't need stats for this. All I need to tell you, and you already know it, 75% of the United States population is overweight. That includes guys. 35% of those guys are morbidly obese. 40% of those women, including Lizzo and all the girls on her dancing, hippos channel, all of that, they are also morbidly obese. Scientifically speaking, that's their designation. So sorry, not sorry, Lizzo. However, those guys do not have the opportunity. They're either too fat, they're too naive, they're too in their feels, they're too in their scarcity mentality. They would never dream of cheating on the one girl who would have sex with him, or maybe she's number 4. I think men have anywhere between 4 and 7, I think is the average sex partner count for most men, at least in Western countries. And I would lay that right at the feet of the obesity epidemic or the overweight epidemic or whatever. And Cappy is right. Aaron Colary, you're right about this. Get your fat ass in the gym, right? You want to improve, you want to be the best version of yourself. Well, it starts right there at Gold's Gym or wherever World Gym. Don't go to any place that has fitness at the end of it. That's not a gym. It has to say Gold Gym. Just saying. Robert Frank will back me up on this. It has to be Jim. Anyways, so you've got opportunity. Most men don't have opportunity. They have plenty of reason. Their wife won't fuck them. They're fat. They're overweight. They're not attractive. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're, maybe they got, erectile dysfunction. Who knows? They're working dead end jobs. They're the brokies, right? That's what Andrew would call them. So you've got guys who would probably cheat if they got every reason to, but they have no opportunity to. No chick want, no, bro, Tomasi ain't got no hoes, man. No woman wants to get with them. That's the opportunity side of things. So some guys will try to create that opportunity either by using escorts, or they get a real prostitute, or maybe it's OnlyFans, or perhaps it's they want to live it out vicariously through pornography, or maybe they're sugar daddies, right? That's also an option as well. So it is possible to create the opportunities to cheat, both for men and women, by the way. But most men simply don't have the opportunities because the vast majority of men, particularly the ones who are already paired in the first place, who would be cheating, they don't have the opportunity. Now, then there's the rare exceptions, such as myself, and I would also throw like Justin Waller in there and some of these other guys who have lots and lots of opportunity. I have had opportunities to cheat for pretty much my entire marriage. Pretty much prior to that even. That was one of the reasons why I say, like people say, oh, how did you vet Mrs. Tomasi? And that's why I said this. I said, I didn't vet her. I vetted myself. I said, is she the kind of woman that I can be loyal to? And once I got past that, then I'm like, okay, yeah, now let's go get onto the value added side of getting serious with this woman. Right. So, but I had to get past that first, because I had lots of opportunity. I was spinning play. Hell, I was dating non-exclusively when I was dating Mrs. Tomasi. I had at least 4 girls going at the same time back then, because I had just, by the way, let me give you a little bit of background there. The reason was because I had just got out of that relationship with the BPD girl, and I was just sort of like making up for missing out, right? So I had lots of opportunity. I have always worked in industries that I was around very beautiful women if I wasn't selecting them myself. Now, I am not Mike Sartain's level of selection, but when I was working in wine and spirits, I was working around beautiful people all the time, selecting women for, martini fests and liquor promos and on-premise and off-premise and parties and even executive events and stuff like that. I was the one who was doing the selecting, right? I was the art director / media guy / principal creative for a lot of those brands. So I'm around women all the time. I'm also, even when I was working in casinos, I'm working on productions and I'm working on promos where I have to deal with a lot of younger, beautiful women all the time. So that's one of the unique situations I've always been in, even after I was married. But again, I had no reason to cheat on my wife because my wife takes care of me quite well, even now to this day. And I still have opportunity right now. And this is not a humble brag. This is not, this is why I don't use myself as an illustration. Now, there's a lot of other guys who are in the same boat, right? They are with a woman who takes care of them, even though they have the opportunity to cheat. But they're usually what happens, those guys, the women that they're with realize that that guy is the kind of guy that other men want to be and other women want to bang. And so as there's that hindbrain realization of that, prompts behavior on the part of that woman to say, you know what, he's a good dog, but I got to pet him to keep him on the porch. Right. And so that's why, in fact, I would argue that that's probably the healthiest way to have a good marriage, or if you're going to go that route, the healthiest way to have a good marriage is to have that situation, that setup where you have opportunity, but she gives you no reason. And so she takes care of you and the cooking's good at home and you're a good dog because she pets you to keep you on the porch, right? You know, I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing what I'm doing right now for a long time. I've been doing my, working in wine and spirits. And then I've done pretty much my career has been every vice except for pornography up to this point. And some people would say softcore pornography is actually part of my job now, but it's not. But again, opportunity and reason. Lots of guys have a reason, but they have no opportunity. Very few guys have the opportunity, but no real reason to, right? So that's what offsets for men. Now, I would argue that women have something very similar. And as women believe, or they get into believe that as women get into, like, say, the global sexual marketplace right now, they believe that they have more, like anything is a reason to cheat on the husband. Anything is a reason to get out of a less than opportune, optimal situation with that guy. When women are in a marriage where they're both earning about the same, or maybe even the guy's earning a little bit more than her, as soon as she gets into a corporate environment or she gets into a job where she's making more money, or she's got a promotion and she's got a higher status than him, she's making more money than he is now. In some cases, it might be astronomically more. Those possibilities, or that potential, exists more and more today than at any other time in human history right now. And as a result, we see that precipitates divorce more than anything else. So when the guy is not making as much money anymore, he better be hot and fun and in shape and have six-pack abs and be 6 feet tall. He's got to in some way compensate for the fact that she sees him as a resource drag. And again, that goes back to women's sort of innate psychology with respect to that.